Hello everyone, welcome again to a YouTube channel IELTS by Neil. Today we are going to discuss the types of essays in the writing task 2 of the IELTS writing section. So as you all know, IELTS have 4 sections. It's listening, reading, writing and speaking. With that writing, we have 2 tasks, task 1 and task 2. So task 2 is always an essay writing. Always remember that with the writing in academic and general training, task 1 are different for both, whereas task 2 is always same. Okay, so task 2 in IELTS writing is essay writing, in which you have to write 250 words, and we normally keep 40 minutes for this task because you get 60 minutes for both task 1 and 2. So 20 minutes we keep for task 1 and 40 minutes we keep for task 2. So in this video we're going to learn how many different types of essays there are which could be asked in the writing section. Okay, so these are the 5 different types of task 2 which could be asked in IELTS writing section. Okay, so number 1 is opinion essay, that is agree or disagree. So as the name is making it clear that a question will be asked and you will be asked to give your opinion, or you will be asked whether you agree with that question or you disagree with that question. Question is nothing but just a statement. So whatever the statement is, you will be asked whether you agree with that or you disagree with that, or to what extent do you agree or disagree with that. Okay, so this is type 1. Number 2 is advantages and disadvantages, in which a statement would be given. Okay, for example, this is a statement and you will be asked to discuss the advantages and the disadvantages. Number 3 is problem and solution. Again, a statement would be given. You will be asked the problems for this particular statement and the solutions for that. 4th is discussion. Okay, so this is little different than the others. In these types, only one viewpoint is given or one statement is given. In this one, 2 viewpoints are given, so you have to discuss one viewpoint in one paragraph, second viewpoint in second paragraph. That's why we call it discuss both the views. So 2 viewpoints are given. Okay, and the last one is 2-part question. As the name is telling you, 2 questions will be asked and you will need to address the first question in the first body paragraph, second question in the second body paragraph. So these are the 5 types of questions that could be asked in the IELTS writing task 2. We have made a dedicated video to each type of question, so please do have a look in our YouTube channel. I will also try to leave the link in the description below. So let's briefly discuss the types of essays. Number 1, and the most common one, that is opinion essay, that is agree or disagree. So how do we know that this is agree or disagree? So whenever we see these 3 statements at the end of any question, for example, what is your opinion, do you agree or disagree, or to what extent do you agree or disagree? So any 3 of these statements, we know that this is an opinion essay. Okay, so why it is important to identify the types of essay? Because if we can't identify the types of essay, then we don't know what structure we have to follow, because structures are different for all these types. Okay, by the structure I mean the body paragraphs, not the introduction and the conclusion, but is the body paragraphs are going to be different for all the types of essays. So it's very important that we identify what type of essay is that, and according to that we go ahead with our writing. Let's have a look at the sample question in this. Some people believe that nuclear weapons benefit the world at large. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So what is the statement here? Statement is this: nuclear weapon benefit the world at large. So if you agree with this statement, we have to give 2 reasons. If you disagree with the statement, we have to give 2 reasons, again, to disagree. The full detailed video is being done on our YouTube channel. Please go have a look. I'll also leave the link in the description below. This is the first type of essay, opinion essay, and it's the most popular one. Moving on to the second type, that is advantages and disadvantages. To identify these type of question is that with these 3 statements, what are the advantages of whatever the viewpoints are given? Do you think the advantages outweigh? Outweigh means the advantages are more than the disadvantages. Okay, or discuss the advantages and disadvantages and give your opinion. So here they ask your opinion. So whenever you see these 3 statements at the end of the question, you know that this is advantages and disadvantages essay. Okay, so what happens in advantages and disadvantages? Just one viewpoint is given and you have to discuss advantages and the disadvantages of the same viewpoint. For example, nowadays a lot of offices employ open space designs instead of separate rooms. So see this here, in a lot of offices employs same room. Okay, this is a viewpoint. So we have to give 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages. This will be in the first body paragraph, this will be in the second body paragraph. But the question is saying, do the advantages of this outweigh the disadvantages? Means, do you think the advantages are more than the disadvantages? Okay, so if you think it's more, then we have to give our reasons with examples. And if they ask you the simple question that discuss the advantages and disadvantages, then of course we have to follow the normal structure like introduction, okay, and body paragraph 1, in which 2 advantages, body paragraph 2, 2 disadvantages, and the conclusion. So this is the normal structure for advantages and disadvantages. So again, the second type of essay, advantages and disadvantages, these are 3 statements and 1 viewpoint is given. We have to talk advantages and disadvantages. Moving on to the third type, that is problem and solution. Okay, as the name is telling you that it is a problem and solution essay. So problems are being asked and you have to provide solutions also. So you will have some words like this: problem and solution, or causes and solution, okay, or how the problems can be solved. So any words related to these words, you know that there is a problem and solution essay. Okay, let's take an example of this. A rise in standard of living in a country often seems to benefit cities rather than rural areas. What problems can this cause? How might these problems be reduced? So see, they're asking for solutions here. Okay, so in problem and solution, 1 statement is given and you have to write 2 problems and you have to provide 2 solutions. Make sure whatever the solutions you're providing are related to this problem. Okay, so again, the structure would look like introduction. In first body paragraph would be 2 problems, second body paragraph would be 2 solutions, and then conclusion. So this is the structure for problem and solution. So this is a third type of essay which could be asked in the IELTS writing task 2. Moving on to the next one, that is discussion essay. So discussion essay, as the name is telling you that we have to discuss. So these are the 3 statements which could be found at the end of the discussion essay. For example, discuss both the views and give your opinion. Discuss both the views and then give your opinion. Discuss both sides of this argument. Argument is nothing but just the view, and give your opinion. Okay, so there's a slight difference between this type of question and the remaining ones. That is, these type of question, 2 viewpoints are given. So you have to talk about both the viewpoints. So the structure will look like introduction. First body paragraph will have first viewpoint. Second body paragraph will have second viewpoint. And then conclusion. And if they have asked your opinion, it should be in an introduction and in the conclusion. And your opinion should be the same for both of these. An example statement would be, some people think that the government should strictly control supply of fresh water as it is a limited resource, while others, it should be believe here, believe it should not be regulated. So what are the two viewpoints in this one? First one is water should be regulated by government, and second viewpoint is water should not be regulated by government. So we have to discuss both the views, okay, and give our conclusion. So this is the fourth type of essay that you might get in the exam. Moving on to the last one now, that is two-part question. In this type of essay, the question will itself have two questions, and you'll be like, problem and solution also have two questions, because what are the problems and what are the solutions? So what is the difference between two-part question and problem and solution? So in two-part question, two questions are asked, but they are not the problem and solution. So whenever you see any question, what are the causes or what are the solutions? So whenever they ask for problem or solution, it is a problem solution. Whenever they don't ask for problem and solution but still have two questions, then it is a two-part question. Let's take an example. Today, TV channels broadcast men's sports shows more than women's sports shows. So this is a situation here. Why is this the case? So this is the first question. Should TV channels give equal show time for each? And this is the second question. So see, they have not asked here the solution for this one. So that's why it is not a problem and solution. It is two-part question. So again, just to quickly go through it. Number one is agree, disagree. Number two is advantages and disadvantages. Number three is problem and solution. Number four is discussion essays. And number five is two-part question. So these are the 5 types of questions that you might get in IELTS Writing Task 2. We have done a dedicated video on each of them. Please do have a look. I hope you have gained some knowledge from this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for your time today. See you next time.